So welcome to Petrified.
Hi there. This week I've been planning for a few weeks now to come back to videos, so there's going to be 4 videos this week because it's all planned out and all ready to go, so that's something I'm really excited for and I hope you are too. This week was something that I did where I wanted to kind of finish off a series of thoughts I was having throughout last year, which was about firsts and lasts and finishing and starting and blah blah blah. And so I talked about it a lot, that you don't know things are going to be your last sometimes, but sometimes you do and you can prepare for them, and then when they happen it's a big deal. And sometimes firsts can be just as big of a deal. Over the past few days I went through some big firsts and lasts, and in the moments that they were happening I filmed my thoughts. So as I was walking out the building of my last ever shift of my first ever job, I filmed my thoughts as I was walking to my car. And this morning after my first ever uni tutorial I filmed my thoughts immediately as I was walking to my car. And so they were both kind of raw thoughts in the moment, so they were kind of unplanned, and that's why they kind of make no sense, but I felt that it was good for me to share those emotions literally right as they were coming on my face. I didn't have time to think about how I really felt. I just started saying the words, and that, I think, for me concludes that kind of thought pattern of first and last. It's kind of the perfect example of when one door closes another opens, because it's just been that seamless transition of I went to sleep after my last ever shift and woke up in the morning and left for uni, my first ever day, doing something brand new in my life, and it was just incredible how that all turned out. So before I keep rambling on, here's those videos of my raw thoughts of my last and my first. I just walked out of my first proper job for the very last time, which seems like a completely adult thing to do. You can see the company name, Outback Steakhouse, and although it wasn't the most brilliant place to work, I still now feel incredibly melancholy and really emotional actually that I'm leaving. I didn't make any friends while I was there, but I learned a lot about myself and developed a lot of skills. I'm not crying, I just have bread in my eye, which is unfortunate. Working there for almost 6 months was difficult, with all the late nights being, whew, that's loud, isn't it? Being an early sleeper, working there for almost 6 months was pretty difficult, because with just so many late nights, and now my sleep schedule has completely changed, and now I've got a new job which I'm just so passionate about and just loving completely, working in a place that I love, and I just feel so much better about it. With uni and stuff, it will just fit in so much better with my schedule, so I have no regrets leaving. But I also have no regrets, you know, putting in my all to the very last day, because now I'm leaving and they say if you ever need anything like a reference or anything like that, please just let us know, because, you know, I made my impression despite the fact that they didn't show it until, you know, my last 30 seconds. Obviously they did appreciate me, but I'm not going to even think about going back, at least not in the situation that I am in now. But with my first day of uni being in less than 10 hours, my first class starting, I can't help but think about all those videos I made last year about firsts and lasts, and now how it's kind of come full circle with my first job ending and my first day of uni, starting my new life starting, and it's just incredible, and I can't help but think this is a really big moment. But really that's all distracted by the fact that I'm tired, I am hungry, and I really need to go to the bathroom because I've worked 13 hours today, which it's why I'm thinking I'm feeling a little bit emotional. But I'm probably just going to put on some music, jam out on the way home, maybe have a little cry, and then have a good sleep before a big day. So I'm at uni. I finished my first class and my friends have all gone to do their second class, but my second class isn't until 12:30, and now it's 11:10, so I'm gonna go find some food, and then yeah, hopefully then when I come back it's right on time for my class. I'm feeling good. I answered questions and stuff in my first class, and I feel like that's something that I want to do. Not too much. I don't want to be that person that's like, because I already know who that is in my writing and colleges lecture. I'm just like, oh, you think you're better than everyone else. But yeah, in my writing college's lecture, like we had to do like a group thing, but we didn't work in a group, so it wasn't like noticeable who was like the spokesperson of the group because it wasn't like discussed. And when she called in our group, I looked down the line and no one was going to talk, and so I answered for our group. And it wasn't very concise, it wasn't very well put together words, but it was words nonetheless. And so if no one was going to speak, that's worse than me speaking and the words not making sense, you feel? I park in like the car park that's literally the furthest away from my building. All my classes are in one building. But yeah, I ran into a friend from Outback. I didn't know we were friends, but apparently we are. And she's just absolutely lovely. And so we just had like a massive chat about all of that. And I very much enjoyed that. It was a really good time. I hope you enjoyed that kind of interesting take on my first and last thoughts. I could go on talking about first and last for probably forever, but I think this is hopefully the last video I'll make on it unless I come up with some revolutionary thought. But for now, that is all, and I will see you tomorrow for Tuesday. Bye!
Petra, Petra, it's petrifying. I betcha you come here to waste your time. Petra, Petra, come think of this line. So welcome to Petrifying.